Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Ron Mars. You are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest night,
No evil shall escape my sight.
but those who worship evil's might.
beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to Sector 2814, the Green Lantern podcast. Well, and for the next couple weeks, a White Lantern podcast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, the very much alive Mr. Will Ulrich.
Hello, everyone. I am Will, and I am alive.
Yes, it's so. Yes, we will be talking some Brightest Day. This time we'll be talking Brightest Day 2 through 7. I'm trying to remember in issue 3. Did we get an explanation of what that web thing was? I don't know.
We did.
But yeah, we're gonna have to walk those through because I don't think I have synopses for this. I have
Okay.
credits, but no synopsis. So
Yeah, this is. I don't remember. I think I remember reading maybe the first issue or the Zero issue, but after that, really nothing.
I remember reading them, but I don't remember what I read.
Yeah.
I don't think I read it since.
Yeah, and I think didn't this come out twice a month?
Something like that. Yeah, it was. I know it was more than monthly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So not just like in some weeks of Blackest Night, not a Green Lantern in sight anywhere this week. So,
But the White Lantern. I mean, I don't know.
a lantern, a White Lantern, yes. All right. I'm trying to think if we had any news. I think we talked. Well, again, we just spoilers, kids. Last time. The last episode you heard, we just recorded that a few days ago. So, yeah, not a lot of news to. Oh, I think Green Lantern 10 comes out. Came out today, but I'll get it tomorrow because yes,
Awesome.
I'm not making 2 trips to the store. I'm not making 2 to 3 trips to the comic shop every week. I'm not Lilith Hellfire.
Nice.
Instead, she's putting that guy's kids through college. All right. Yeah. Not a lot of. So, should we get to these issues? Because we do have 6.
Let's do it. Yep.
All right. Like I said, I don't know any synopses. So, here, let me do the credits here. Brightest Day, Volume 1. Like there's a Volume 2. Number 2, July 2010. Oh, nice. Nuclear Options. Writers Jeff Johns and Peter Tomasi. Pencilers Ivan Reyes, Patrick Gleason, Adrian Saif, Scott Clark, and Joe Prado. Inkers Vicente Fuentes, Tom Guyon, Rebecca Bachman, David Beatty, and Patrick Gleason. Colorists Peter Steigerwald, John Starr, Beth Sotelo. Letterer, only one letterer, Rob Clark Jr., and editors Eddie Berganza, Rex Ogle, and Adam Schlauman. So it took a village to bring you this issue.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because they were trying to keep up. All right, so yeah, no synopsis. So yeah, this one opens up with Firestorm, basically Ronnie and Jason in a what is this, a vault or a containment room at Pittsburgh University. Of course, we call it Pit.
The pit. It's in the pits.
It's Pit. P-I-T-T, Pit. So, but then, the Atom shows up. I guess he's helping Professor Stein try to help separate these two since they can't separate at the moment. And the Atom's like, you guys can't be arguing. Don't be getting, that's going to make this more dangerous. So he shrinks down into Firestorm.
Mm-hmm.
Because He's communicating with Professor Stein. He says, "The fire's not just for show anymore. Temperature's already approaching 1,000 degrees." Do we get the? Oh yeah, he said the Atom says, I am gonna have to get between the subatomic particles in the nucleus and literally push them apart." That's all. But then Ronnie starts hearing this voice. He thinks it's Jason, but it's not Jason.
I think we know who it is, don't we?
I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, then there's a big. See the Firestorm Matrix pretty much explode. And then we go to a house with a family in Pearl River, New York.
Mm-hmm.
The mother's watching the news. Sees, Aquaman and John Jones resurrected. And then once dinner's ready, she comes in, slits the husband. Basically slits the husband's throat, kills the kids, and then pulls her skin off.
Yeah, like you do.
And this goes Jones. So, yes, this has to do with John Jones.
Uh-huh. And then we get a quick, he's checking out.
Oh, in Denver,
Dr. Ertl's grave. And then we get a jump into the Hawks who are chasing Hath Set.
Mm-hmm.
And then he impersonates Dr. Ertl, or Del Ertl, with his very old daughter who was young when he got here.
Yes.
Decades ago. And finds out that, oh, hey, forgot to tell you, another Martian came through. But it's okay.
Yeah, before John Jones came through, it seemed like a very hostile Martian, yes. So, yeah, the next time through, yes, Ertl brought John Jones through, but there was an accident. That's when Ertl died and the daughter got, injured.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, because I don't know if she has, dementia or Alzheimer's or something, because he comes to her as the father, and, she's like, am I dreaming? He's like, no.
No, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see me again soon.
So he's trying to put these clues together. And then in Dubai, Deadman's trying to catch up with Aquaman and Mira.
Yeah, and then he gets teleported to, I don't know. In front of the Anti-Monitor.
Yeah, the end of the issue. Yeah, he gets transported to the Anti-Monitor. That's all.
And the ring tells him to fight. It tells him to fight.
Yes. He goes, fight. He goes, what? Fight. Fight what? Fight who? And then he turns around and there's the Anti-Monitor. Yes, because he's on court.
I think this issue is emblematic of, at least of the issues that we've read, more often than not.
Mm-hmm.
It seems unfocused because we're jumping around so much. But I think as it goes on, we start to get some focus and focus only on one or two sets of the characters.
Yeah.
So that it seems to be less chaotic.
Yeah, some of the other ones we're covering this week, it seems like there's more focus, but issue 2, it seems like we're still kind of setting stuff up.
Yeah, a whole lot of setup.
Yeah.
But that last double page splash with the Anti-Monitor, that's kind of cool, right?
Oh yeah. He's like, you've got to be joking. But yeah, that's a great Anti-Monitor.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, thoughts on that, or should we get to the next one?
Well, just basically, I think what we kind of agree on, that it's still a lot of setup and still kind of unfocused because it's hitting on everybody. I mean, you had a page of the Hawks, right? And then boom, you're back to somebody else, and then somebody else, and then it's just bouncing through a lot of them.
And
I agree.
And we didn't even get the Hawk and Dove yet.
That's right, they're coming.
Yes. All right. So we jump to 3 then.
You got it.
Let's get this rolling. Come on, let's get the story going. my link to the next one? Oh, there's. All right, Brightest Day number 3 from August 2010. Revelations. I think it's the same team everywhere. So, like, oh, we might have a different. One of the inkers might be different, Mark Irwin, but everyone else is pretty much the same. We still got 1, 2, 3 colorists, 1, 2, 3 inkers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pencilers, and 2 writers. So
Okay, then.
we're trying to keep up here. All right. But we're getting a lot of Aquaman covers here. All right.
Yeah, a whole lot.
Although, did you see the variant for 3? It's the Deadman anti-monitor cover. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
That's decent. So yeah, it picks up where a cliffhanger left off. Deadman goes, "You want me to die again?"
Surely there were easier ways to accomplish this, right?
Because porting me in front of the anti-monitor is probably the fastest way to do it. And it's or just keep saying fight. You think I go toe to toe with a universe eater? The guy consumes planets, and my claim to fame was performing aerial acts without a net, and that didn't work out so well.
Yeah.
I love it. He's like, at least he can't see me because no one's been able to see him so far. Then the anti-monitor looks at him and goes, "Who are you? Now you turn off the invisibility? Thanks."
Perfect.
And then, yeah, he seems to like shoot out a blast from that ring, but it looks like all the resurrected
yeah, all the characters. Yep.
In the white light. Yep. Which, yeah, gets an roar out of anti-monitor. So. But yeah, the Deadman's like, "Is this? Are you trying to tell me something? Are all of us the ones that you brought back? Or are we back to stop the anti-monitor?" And the ring's a big no. And then Deadman's about to shoot him again. He's like, "Hey, come on!" But the ring's not working.
Yeah, fire. It doesn't fire, and he gets smacked.
Well, I think the anti-monitor kind of shoots at him this time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's because Deadman's fallen, so he makes a white net. Yeah.
Gee, Phil, it's almost like we've encountered something like that before.
That's right. I hope no devious weaponer gets his hands on this.
Oh, oops.
But then meanwhile, back in Pittsburgh, Ronnie Raymond wakes up. Him and Jason have been separated. But yeah, Professor Stein's telling them, it's too dangerous. They remerge at this point, and the Atom managed to separate you and Jason, he's saying, from the Matrix, but it caused a unique explosion. The resultant detonation transmuted everything inside the vault into table salt.
That might be, probative there. Why table salt of all things?
Where do we get table salt in Blackest Night? But then Jason's dad wants him to move home, and he's like, "No, I gotta stay here and study. Want to study with Professor Stein." And the dad's like, "Okay, have it your way," and walks out. Then Ronnie's trying to walk out too. But yeah, Ronnie's like, "Oh, Jason keeps blaming me for everything Black Lantern, Firestorm did." But it seems like Ronnie's remembering everything Black Lantern, Firestorm, but everyone, all the other Black Lanterns, don't remember what they did. So
exactly, I wonder what's going on there, Phil.
Because the Matrix, I don't know. Then Jason's dad yelling at Ronnie, "Stay away from my son." And then somewhere in the North Atlantic, Aquaman's, I guess, testing out this new, commanding dead sea life power. But he's like, "I have to fix this." And Mira's like, "The Justice League hasn't been able to locate Jean. Maybe the scientists at Atlantis." He's like, "No, I'm not going back to Atlantis. They only help me when they need something."
He's not wrong, is he?
And then we get this whole thing about, he says, "Oh, what about your people?" And Mira's like, "No, I can't go home either." And, he's like, "Oh, there's no going home for you either." She's like, "I am home," gives him the hug. But then, well, first you think the But then it seems like, she's keeping some kind of secret. Hey,
which we may or may not find out about in a few issues. I don't know.
Yes. Or should I say, something seems fishy.
Bravo.
Thank
Bravo.
And then in Pearl River, New York, yes, John's examining the bodies of the family who basically got skinned. And he's like, they had a dog. Because, the dog's okay. So he tracks the dog to the Rockland County Animal Shelter and can see the dog's memories. Yes. And sees, yes, this Martian thing basically, getting this whole family. And then I guess, he's saying he's gonna take the dog to be with Professor Ertl's daughter.
Yeah, I thought that was a nice touch. I thought that was really a nice touch.
And I do like you. With a slight adjustment to your frontal lobe, and the horror you witness will be gone. So he'll take the memory of this horrible thing from the dog. So that's good. And then look, a plane looks like it's about to go down in the Bermuda Triangle. And then back at that white lantern blinking. I love those cops or those rangers or whatever. Like, Green Lantern was here. We're gonna watch this for Green Lantern. And then back to the Peruvian jungle for Hawkman and Hawkgirl.
Mm-hmm.
So the one thing I know they said last time is I guess was it half set is every time they died he was making death masks of their face.
Yeah, and also collecting their bones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
we're getting there. Because at the end we kind of see he's taking all the bones he found of them and made some kind of weird glowy portal.
Sure, it's fine. It's fine. This is fine.
Which I wonder where it goes. Oh, next issue, Hawkworld. What?
Exactly.
All right, thoughts, William?
I thought this one did. Even though we jumped around to the kind of the same characters that we did in the previous issue, I thought that since it stayed with them for 4 pages or so, at least, typically, then it just felt more cohesive. So, I thought this one was better.
Oh yeah, it seems like we're kind of everyone's on their mission now. So
yeah, I mean this is definitely a slow burn. I mean we've got 24 issues, right, to get through it.
yeah. So yeah, anything else, or should we get to the next one?
Let's keep on moving, man. Keep on moving.
Again, kids. I mean, these aren't bad, but it's like, it's kind of hard to focus when they keep jumping around. I almost wish. Do you think they would have lost too much momentum, or if they would have taken turns where, like, one issue is Deadman, the next issue is the Hawks, the next issue is Firestorm, the next issue is Aquaman. If they had done it like that, and then
I think that would have, because a lot of this stuff happens kind of concurrently, so they're trying to keep it going. Yeah. I don't know if that would have worked or not, just because of they needed all of this stuff to build up to wherever we're building up to. We don't, because neither of us remember at this point. So
yeah, exactly. All right, Brightest Day number 4 from August 2010. Thresholds. Again, Jeff Johns, Peter Tomasi, pencilers Ivan Reyes, Adrian Safe, Scott Clark, Eau Claire Albert, inkers Vincente Cifuentes and David Beatty, colorist Peter Steigerwald and John Starr. Yeah, again, everyone's the same. So number 4 with the black lantern Firestorm on the cover there.
Is it Deathstorm? Is that what he's called?
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Although it says Black Lantern Firestorm on the cover, so I don't know.
Go. Yeah.
I don't know.
Black Lantern Firestorm.
Let me get some skeletal hawks on the variant.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this one picks up again like where the last one left off. They're about to walk through that portal, and Hawk Girl's like, why don't we just close the portal and hopefully trapped on the other side, and then that's it. No, we don't have to worry about that curse anymore. And Hawkman's like, I don't want to take the chance of looking over my shoulder for the rest of my life or lives. So,
exactly. Got to be sure.
Mm.
Nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
And even as they're walking through the portal, he even says, I have a feeling we're predestined,
Yeah.
So, yeah, they get ready and they walk on through. Then I guess, like she says, could we get a montage? But yeah, let's I guess they're kind of reliving all their deaths. And then, yes, they come in this other dimension or whatever. And yeah, we see a bunch of floating rocks. And they're like, yeah, most of them seem deserted except for that one.
Yeah. Let's go there.
Yes. Okay, here we go. Then in Georgetown, yes, we see Deadman appears to Dawn Granger, aka Dove.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. He's like, who the hell are you? Dove.
And I like how, the ring keeps jacking with him. Yeah, you're going to be invisible this time, but not invisible this time. And, oh, hey, you're not invisible now, so she gets to smack him in the face.
Yes. So basically he's telling her about his new status quo, and then then Hawk comes crashing in because he said he could feel her change. He knew she was in trouble. And she's like, I'm not in trouble. That's Deadman. It's like, this is Deadman? What the hell is he doing in your room at 3 a.m?
Whatever.
Yeah. And then, yeah, Deadman gives him the old, gives him the rundown of what's been happening to him in these last few issues, including, oh yeah, that's that whole forest that appeared in Star City. Yeah, that's me. That was me in the ring. And he said, I think it has to do with the reason we've been brought back. The White Ring said it a few times. Help me live. And then Hawk's like, I got something for that. If that ring to do.
Yeah, I wonder what that could be.
Yes. And then I believe, yes, back in Silver City, New Mexico. Yes. We get I believe this is the first appearance of Jackson Hyde, the current Aqualad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forgot this was his first appearance. Yeah. Yeah, because I think I'm trying to remember what it is. I think the mother wanted him somewhere like this in a desert, so maybe he didn't learn about his heritage and his powers and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Arizona desert. Yep.
Mm-hmm. But meanwhile, him and his friend were going in, I guess, to a lake or something. But she was like, "Where'd all the water go?" Because all they see is a couple fish there.
Yeah. She almost jumps in.
Exactly. And then, in the Bermuda Triangle, these people are getting attacked by this group. They look like they could be Atlanteans, but they're not.
Ish.
Yes, one looks suspiciously like Mira. Yes.
I wonder, could they be related somehow, Phil? I don't know. What do you think?
And then back at Pitt, and Ronnie hears a voice, and then he wakes up. It's Gianna, dead, Jason's dead girlfriend, who Black Lantern Firestorm killed.
Mm-hmm.
She appears as Salt, but then when one of his friends walks in, he's like, he's still covered in salt. So
yeah, something happened.
But then we see Hawk and Dove and Deadman at the cemetery, and yes, this cliffhanger is Hawk wants Deadman to use the ring to bring back his brother Dove, Dawn Hall.
Yeah, exactly, Dawn Hall.
I don't know if it's just we have like all these storylines going on and they're kind of moving along, but like these ones we're doing today, doesn't it seem like these ones moved a little quicker than like issues 0 and 1?
I think so. I think because there's less setup that has to go on. They're still setting things up, but we kind of know where they are, and it's just let's move them along a little bit and then stop and then move the other ones along a little bit and then stop and then move the other ones along a little bit.
And we really haven't got, and well, again, after what 0 and 1, no, like, no Hal Jordan, no Sinestro. Yeah.
Which is going to be, I guess, when we get back to the Green Lantern book, because we know Green Lantern Corps is dealing with the Weaponer and his white net.
Mm-hmm.
Green Lantern Emerald Warriors is dealing with Guy, and we have a cliffhanger there with Sodom Yat coming in, being controlled by, I can't remember his name, and then Hal and Sinestro and Atrocitus and Carol are undertaking a mission somewhere, which we're going to get back to at some point.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of plates in the air right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, remember, it's gonna be a while before we get back to Guy Gardner.
Yeah. June, I think, right?
Well, something like that. Yeah. All right. Anything else on this one?
No, I think this one was. I thought the previous issue probably was more focused. This one felt a little less focused than the previous one, but it's still.
Yeah.
I mean, these are good issues. It's just that there's a lot they're trying to do each issue, moving so many different storylines along.
Like you were saying, I mean, like, yeah, again, all this is happening concurrently, but yeah, I almost wish I would be down to read any of these stories, like if it was like its own issue or something, or its own arc or something.
Yeah.
All right. Brightest Day number 5, September 2010. Under Pressure. I was gonna say same teams, but one inker this time. Vicente Cifuentes, colorist Peter Steigerwald. Everyone else is the same, but yeah, we're now narrowing down the inkers and colorists to one each. So, all right. All right. Brightest Day number 5. Gonna scroll back. I already read this. All right. So yeah. Oh, this one opens with Aquaman and Mira, which are trying to save in the Bermuda Triangle. They're gonna withstand. They're gonna go 5,000 feet down to fix some kind of leak.
Yeah, like an oil leak from a refinery or a filling platform. Yeah.
But then, nope, there's an attack. And yes, the mysterious group we saw last time is there. The woman says, King of Atlantis, you will die on your knees. So that, and then back at Georgetown in the cemetery, Hawk Dove and Deadman are still talking about bringing back Hawk's brother. Because Hawk's like, the ring brought us all, the three of us back. So between all three of us, who deserves a second chance more? Deadman tries it, and then he hears a voice, Boston, what are you doing?
And then we cut back to Aquaman and Mera.
Oh yeah. Yep. But yeah, Aquaman still don't know what's going on, and the woman's like, we weren't sent by surface dweller half-breed. But then Mira says release him, hits him with some water. Then the woman seems to know Mira. And Mira's like, we can't stay, we gotta get out of here. And the other woman's like, you haven't told him, have you? As Aquaman and Mira jump in the ocean and escape. And then wherever Hawkman and Hawkgirl are, but yeah,
they kiss, but it looks like they're dying, which is kind of weird.
yeah, the skin, yeah, you see, like, it almost looks like a bunch of black veins, and yeah, there's some like almost black goo coming between the two of them.
But then they get attacked, so there you go.
Yeah, by a bunch of creatures. Almost look like humanoid, like panthers or.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so they're fighting off these creatures, and then these giant birds. Bird men almost. Yeah, I start helping them. They grab one of the panthers, but then one of them grabs Hawkgirl and takes off. Because Hawkman tries to fight his way through, but he can't. And then back in the cemetery. Yes, Dawn Hall will not rise. And Hawk wants to know why he didn't bring him back, and Deadman says, he said, don't worry about him anymore. He said he's okay. He said he's at peace. So, yeah, Hawk's like, that's crap. And Dove's like, maybe he can't bring back people who are at peace.
Well, I know someone who's not at peace.
Yeah, Dove's sister, yes. So, then the voice is saying, Boston, you shouldn't be doing this.
And then boom, back to the Hawks for a single page.
Yes, and I guess one of these beast creatures says, about time you woke up. He's like, who are you? Where the hell am I? And the thing says, welcome to Hawk World. Human, hope you last longer than your mate.
Human. And then boom, back to Aquaman, which we stick with for 2 pages, and then we're done.
Oh, yeah, that's the end again. Yeah. So, yeah, he asked Mira, what is up with them? You know what's going on? Did they appear when I was dead? What's going on? They had weapons made of hard water like your constructs. She's like, I knew this day would come, that this fairy tale would end. He's like, what are you talking about? She says, Arthur, I was sent here to kill you. So yeah, at least we got a little more room in this issue because like there was no Martian Manhunter.
Yeah,
we didn't get Firestorm either, did we? So yeah, so that's
It was just interestingly cut, I think, to get
probably
to get those page turns so you could get a surprise on the page turn, but still it still felt choppy,
Yeah. Well, again, I mean, we're still doing at least 3 stories in this issue.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Is either like if they couldn't take turns more, wait a while to take the turns, or it's like if they had come up with some adventure where everyone could have participated in the same space, the same, something.
Or just, I mean, if you're gonna have these stories, why not just do a double-sized issue every month?
True.
And then space it so you get, because sometimes I feel, and we talked about this during, what were we talking about? The previous Green Lantern series. We never felt like we got a full issue's worth of stuff because they were split between Oa and the dark sectors. So it was always like, I'm only getting a little bit of a chunk, and it never felt like it added up to enough. And I kind of feel like a little bit about this. There's just too much going on.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, so next one.
You bet.
All right, Brightest Day number 6, September 2010, Dead Zone. Oh geez, we're back to 1, 2, 3, 4 pencilers. 1, 2, 3, 4 inkers. Jeez. So yeah, Ivan Reyes, Patrick Gleason, Scott Clark, and Joe Prado are the pencilers. Inker Vincent Fuentes, David Beatty, Mark Irwin, and Christian Alamy are your inkers. Everyone else is the same. All right. Yeah. I wish when you finished an issue, the DC app would take you back to the beginning of the issue. All right. Maybe that's why it looks like we have a different penciler in some of this because we have so many different pencilers.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that's the thing too. Is like when you get like all the everyone's doing a different story. Following a different character, penciler wise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But in Big Heady Park, California, we see that Martian creature thing. Yeah, finds a couple and basically kills them.
Yeah, it's pretty bloody. I mean, of course, it just slaughtered a family, so there
Yeah.
you go.
And like talking to itself or like another
Mhm.
mouth on it. Yes. So yeah, then back in Denver, Martian Manhunter is going through the remains of Professor Ertl's laboratory. Oh, but look, all the plant life, all the green retreats at his touch.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in this lab I come in contact with in this lab is dying.
Mm-hmm.
But then back at that cemetery.
Yep.
Yeah, Deadman can get that ring to work. He's like he's trying to concentrate like a Green Lantern. And then that's when Dawn's like, "Oh, maybe the point is you need to embrace life again. What did you enjoy when you were living and breathing? It's been so long, I don't remember." But yeah, I think they're like, "Oh, you were an aerialist, right, for the paycheck? Well, what about someone special?" And the ring says he loved cheeseburgers.
Yeah, eat a cheeseburger.
And then as they're talking, yeah, it looks like Dawn's sister, comes shooting out of the grave and says, "You should have left me alone.
Mm-hmm.
Give me that ring. Take me to the lantern." And then it looks like Hawk's brother Dawn comes out of the white ring to fight Dove's sister, but despite what others have said, it says dead is dead. Dead isn't dead. But then the sister seems to disappear, but the grave doesn't look disturbed, so she really didn't really rise. But the ring said it was a warning.
A warning.
So Hawk is basically just cursing out the ring, and then it says a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
And then Deadman's like, "What's wrong with me now?" Holding his stomach is like growling. Hawk, you're hungry, genius.
Yeah.
And Dove's like, "Have you eaten since you've been back?" And he's like, "Actually, beyond being led around by this ring, I haven't done much of anything." And then back at Pitt University. Yep.
Back to Firestorm.
Yeah, some girl's trying to study with Jason, and he kind of brushes her off. But then as he's walking down the street, he sees this giant crane all of a sudden turn pink, and we hear a voice say, "What's the atomic structure of bubblegum?" He thinks someone needs to help someone. And he goes, "Me," and then he initiates that Firestorm Matrix, pulls Ronnie to him. I love Jason. "My head's killing me. Something's wrong." Ronnie, "That's my bad. Late night." He's like, "Are you hungover? I think I might still be drunk." He's like, "Man, why'd you do this so early on a Tuesday? It's noon and it's Wednesday."
Exactly.
But then one of the construction guys starts falling. He's like, "What are you waiting for? Fly. What? Where? Up?" Jason's like, "Come on, fly. Fly to the right. Fly to the right." And Ronnie says, "I've been doing this since I was 15. Then he misses the guy, and he's like, "Oh, what's the atomic structure of ice cream?" And then Jason's like trying to airbag. What you got? Then Firestorm, well, again, seems to throw up. But is that black? Is that the black goo? Like,
I don't know. It looked kind of like black goo to me. So yeah, I don't know.
Then they fly off, and they hear a voice. "How totally tragic! You can't hide how pathetic you've become, or how far you've fallen." You're the youngest dude the Justice League ever offered membership to. What did they ever say in Ronnie Raymond?
I would disagree with that. Isn't Billy Batson only like 12?
Yeah. I mean, he's got to be 15 or younger. Yeah, younger than 15. So, but yeah, he's telling Ronnie's telling Jason how he remembers everything Black Lantern Firestorm done, how sorry he is. Then the voice says, yeah, he's sorry, Jace, but me, not so much. And Jason says, who said that? Finally, Jason hears the voice. It was not just Ronnie. Because he's like, Ronnie's like, good, I thought I was going crazy. And Jason's like, Ronnie, I think someone else is in here. Who's in my head?
Who could it be?
But then on the southern coast of the United States, Aquaman and Mira having a talk.
On a beach that's got oil all over it and dead fish.
Yep. And she tells him, I've lied to you from the very first day I met you. The place I come from, Zebel, isn't only an underwater world sealed off from this one. It's a penal colony. Basically in the Bermuda Triangle. And her father, the king, trained her from birth to be the ultimate weapon, the instrument of hate against the Atlanteans. When they found a way to get someone out, they sent, her father sent her. But then I met you, and I learned the king of Atlantis wasn't anything like I had been told. I did my best to bury who I was, but then, of course, when their son died, she's like, I blamed you, but it was both of us.
Because Black Manta encountered her people before even encountering Aquaman.
Yep.
I believe she says.
Yep. But then he asks her about the soldiers, and she says, Zebel soldiers led by my replacement as leader of the Death Squad, Siren, my younger sister. And then back near Erdel's lab, Martian Manhunter's basically playing with a squirrel, and he's like, oh, good. He's like, you're not dying. He's touching me, but you're not dying. Meanwhile, it's just the green that's dying.
Just the green.
But then he says, he has to check one thing. Hopefully it's not his worst fear realized. In the still zone, remember the JLA stuff, kids? Yeah. Mm-hmm. The white Martians are basically in this pocket dimension, basically in suspended animation, and they're all still there. But then he goes to see Oracle, basically helping him track down this Martian, whatever this Martian creature is, and it's basically it's been like what years this thing's been killing, but it's been covered up, instead of brutal murders, people explain it as home fires, car crashes, drownings.
Yep. A decades-long murder spree.
Yep. And John Jones says, the method by which these people have been killed is a certain residence. She says, a past case. I've never seen anything like this before, but I cannot ignore the nagging familiarity. Then he asked her to contact Titan's Tower, looking for Miss Martian, but she's not there. Superboy said she's on walkabout. Oh, because she's in Australia.
Gobble gobble.
So John heads for the desert in Australia, and when he gets there, seems like Miss Martian's been attacked. So we got like more longer sequence.
Yeah, there's exactly. Yeah, there was more pages for each one. So yeah, that was good.
Well, the Hawks weren't in this one, so
yeah,
that kind of freed up some space. And again, instead of like jumping back and forth, you got the Firestorm stuff. Boom.
Yeah, exactly.
You got the Deadman stuff. Boom. Then you got, Aquaman, boom, and then all the Martian Manhunter stuff, boom.
Yep, exactly.
Instead of swapping back and forth. So I kind of like that.
Yeah, I think it flowed better and it seemed more focused.
Yeah. Instead of just jumping all, back and forth every couple pages. All right, ready for the last one?
You bet, sir.
All right, Brightest Day, number 7 from October 2010. The Secret of Life, Part 1. Oh, see, kids, if you want the other part, you have to come back next week. All right.
Or the week after, depending on when we're doing it, right?
Oh, no, next week is more Brightest Day issues. Don't worry.
Okay.
Uh-huh. 1, 2. Oh, yeah. Again, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 pencilers. 1, 2, 3, 4 inkers. So, yep. All right. So that's The Secret of Life, Part 1. And then hold on. But yeah, the closest we get to a lantern is Deadman in these things, and that the cover for this one is him with that. Oh, there's it. There's a variant on the throne. There you go.
Yep.
Aquaman.
I've got him on the in the back of this hardcover collection of Volume 1. It shows all of them. So actually, you want to look at those real quick?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay.
I wonder how far they space them apart, because this is the first one I've seen reading the digital. Mm-hmm. Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the Hawk. I think they were on different titles this month, not just Brightest Day. And then you get a Hawk.
Oh, Hawkman. Yeah, cool.
Mm-hmm. Firestorm.
Yep.
Then you get Martian Manhunter and
oh, nice.
Hawkwoman. Oh, sorry, it tells me right here. The Aquaman cover is Brightest Day 7. Birds of Prey number 4 is the Hawk cover.
Oh, okay.
Justice Society of America 42 is the Hawkman cover.
Ooh.
Brightest Day 8, which we'll be doing next time, is the Firestorm cover. Green Arrow 3 is the Martian Manhunter cover. Justice League Generation Lost number 8 is the Hawkwoman cover. Green Lantern Corps 51 is the Zoom cover. And then the Jade cover is Justice League of America number 48. And then we get Justice League Generation Lost number 7, which is Max Lord. And Titans number 26. I forget who's he again?
Is that was that Almond?
Oh yeah. And then finally we get the Flash number 5 and Green Lantern number 57.
Oh, nice. Oh, Captain Boomerang, and Deadman. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. All right, kids. Guess how issue 7 starts. Guess how issue 7 starts? With a cheeseburger.
Exactly.
So yeah, Deadman's enjoying that. But yeah, Dawn's like, tell me something about yourself. I think I told you everything. You used to be dead. No, I'm not. But he says, yeah, his life wasn't anything special. And she says, everyone's special in their own way. Yeah, she says, you don't seem to be happy to be getting a second chance at life. He says, neither does your boyfriend. Hank's my boyfriend. Not my boyfriend. He's my partner. But yeah, then talking about how they got their powers.
I do like there's a cool little exchange between Hank and Dawn. He says the jukebox is broken. It was playing the Dixie Chicks. That's why I broke it.
Nah. He's like, yeah, hurry up, eat your cheeseburgers. It's an early lead in unraveling the big bad mystery of why we're both back. Then the voice, I hope you enjoyed your meal. Boston brand of Earth, you are ready, as the three of them are teleported to New Mexico to that White Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and Jackson hides there. And remember, no one could lift that White Lantern. All of a sudden, Deadman can lift that White Lantern.
He's totally got it now.
And then so Deadman's saying, why did you bring us back? And it says it's Boston brand of Earth. You need to embrace life. And yes, that's when we get his White Lantern look there.
Mm-hmm. We also have the new Aqualad hanging around.
Yep. But Deadman says, who are you? I am the entity, and I have watched over this world from the beginning of existence, but I am dying. A replacement must be chosen. Each one of you has returned to protect this world until the arrival of its new champion. Then it says, Hank Hall of Earth. And he said, yes, tell me. Why did you bring me back?
But now we're going to cut to the Martian Manhunter.
Yes. Yes, he was trying to take care of Miss Martian, but then all of a sudden, we get his White Lantern look. John Jones orders. Yeah, it tells him burn it down, burn all of it.
Yeah, it looks like he gets a white ring too there when he goes, with the white.
Yeah, they all get. They're all going to start getting visions here. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Then it looks like Miss Martian's okay. She says we have more important things to worry about. I think there's another Martian out there. And then Firestorm's talking to Professor Stein. He's telling both of them, I told you forming Firestorm was dangerous. They said a man almost died. And Professor Stein said, it's all my fault. What they say about the voice, and he says, the voice is most likely a manifestation of the third and final stage of Firestorm. Third and final stage of Firestorm? What's that mean? And as they walk into his office, I guess it says, we are Ronald Raymond of Earth. You need to study. Jason Rush of Earth. You need to keep your head out of the books. Learn from each other so you can stop him. Then we see, looks like Black Lantern Firestorm says, they can't. Ha ha ha. Don't let him destroy me. And then, Jason and Ronnie are talking to each other, and then we hear, if you think you can hold me in here much longer, you're wrong. And then back on Hawk World, as we're calling it.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking to this lion guy. What are you talking about? There's no such thing as Hawk World. I beg to differ. But he wants to know where they took Shira, and they're like, your woman is where they take everyone, my winged friend, up there. And that's when Hawkman gets a the lantern look and a vision. Carter Hall of Earth, don't let them leave this world. Stop the Queen. And then all the creature people are like, it's the prophecy. This human will bring an end to Hawk World. And then Shira gets the same thing. But hers says, if your lover dies here, there is no more resurrection. Save him from Half Set. And then who shows up? Half Set. He says, the Queen will be very pleased. She's like, your Queen? Who the hell is she? She's the love of my life in the interviewers. And then back to Aquaman. But she's telling him we need to go back to Atlantis protection. But then he gets his White Lantern. It says Arthur Curry of Earth. Find him first. Basically talking about Jackson Hyde. So before they do. But then, look, the shore, it's clean. The fish are alive. So, all right. And then we start getting the little montages here. People we haven't seen really. Digger Harkness of Earth. Throw the boomerang at her. Okay. Jenny Lynn Hayden of Earth. Balance the darkness. Your brother will save your friends. That's probably talking about in 2 weeks we're gonna get to that Justice League Justice Society team up, and Eclipso is in there. So
okay, cool. And hey, there's a picture of Eclipso right there.
So that's what that's hinting at. And then Amon Tomez of Earth, free the goddess of nature, free your sister, free Isis, which is what he's probably been trying to do. Maxwell, Lord of Earth. Magog will plunge this world into war. Stop the war before it starts.
Eobard Thawne.
Yes. You have allowed the Flash to escape the Speed Force. Mission accomplished. Life returned. Oh, that was
Okay.
easy.
That was easy.
Yep. And Hank Hall of Earth. Catch the boomerang. So it's telling Captain Boomerang to throw it, and then telling Hawk to catch it.
Catch it. Yeah. I
Okay.
guess we'll see why that's important, right?
Yes. Maybe he wouldn't have to catch it if he didn't tell Captain Boomerang to throw it. Oh.
Yeah. I guess we'll find out.
And then it says, if you want to truly live again, help me. Deadman's like, what do you mean truly live? Life is a gift, Boston Brand. The chosen one knows that better than anyone. He says, but who is it? Who's the chosen one? And it says, a new protector of Earth must rise. And like every good ring, scanning for a sentient replacement, Boston Brand of Earth, you will find them. So be a ring, kid. Be a ring.
Be a ring. Be a ring. And eat a cheeseburger.
That's true. I mean, you were talking about, if for a life, a thing of life, maybe don't, go for the meat, but you can always do an Impossible Burger.
That's right. Just, a chemical thing that, approximates meat, right?
Plants, man. All right. So what did you think of these? Will?
I thought the issues that worked the best were the ones where we actually got extended sequences with whatever we were supposed to be focused on. Otherwise, it got a little too scattered in my mind. I mean, the art's great. We've got lots of great artists on this, and I am curious to see where it goes. Throw the boomerang, catch the boomerang. I'm assuming that dominoes are being set up that those will happen for some reason. So I don't know why they need to happen, but I guess they're going to happen, and we'll see what it is when we get there. Because we're now almost a third of the way through the Brightest Day series itself, right?
Yep. Well, yeah. Where are we going? Oh, 24 issues? Yeah, we're at 7. Yeah, I mean.
See, I really think that just from what I've seen so far, and hey, you can call me out and call me wrong later, but I think one of the things that Blackest Night benefited from was the focus in the main series.
Yeah.
With
the Green Lantern.
Ancillary stuff happening in other books, like the limited series, and then other, things moving the story along, like the Green Lantern and Green Lantern Corps book.
Yeah.
This trying to bring it all into one, I don't know that it works as well.
Yeah.
I feel like Brightest Day should be more condensed and more focused, and then we move these other stories around because, it just seems unfocused.
And pretty much like the Core book and the Emerald Warriors last time, it really had nothing to do with this.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They've moved on. Brightest Day doesn't really have much at all to do with Green Lantern. It came out of Blackest Night, and they've got a ring and a lantern, but the plots in what we're most interested in, as Green Lantern fans, is not really being impacted. The GLC book, Emerald Warriors book, and Green Lantern are not really impacted by Brightest Day.
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of that, next time we're going to do more Brightest Day.
That's right.
Brightest Day 8 through 12.
Halfway. We'll be halfway. Woohoo!
And then in 2 weeks, we'll get to that Justice League, Justice Society crossover from Justice League of America 44 through 48 and Justice Society of America 41 and 42. So, yes, we'll find out what's going on with Jade. Alan Scott will be there. Eclipso will be there. I believe there's stuff up with the Starheart, too. So, yep. It's been a while since we talked some Jade, so.
Yep.
Who wasn't a zombie, so.
Exactly. Yeah, that's not a good catch.
And then in 3 weeks, we'll be back to Green Lantern for Green Lantern 56 through 58. So,
Wow, and we're rapidly approaching the end of this Green Lantern series, the end of the Green Lantern Corps series, and a relaunch after a little thing called Flashpoint, but the relaunch called New 52, right?
oh yeah, that's what I said. By August, we'll get to those 2 flashpoints, and then 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So yeah, towards the end of August, we'll get to New 52. We'll start New 52.
Cool, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Which, spoilers, it's not even like
Yeah,
the universe was rebooted. It's just smooth sailing.
wasn't even a speed bump.
Yep.
Oh, I thought you every time you said that you were going to be like, oh yeah, there was only 2 things that weren't rebooted: Green Lantern and
Batman, my favorite character.
Nice.
Into the Dark Knight, all to do with Batman. I love Batman.
Had to get those in.
Yes.
What the F?
Oh yeah, they're the opposite down there. So I saw Ray and his buddy Dave talking about it's getting cold, starting to get cold down there. They're starting to get less daylight. I'm like, it's quite the opposite up here.
Indeed.
Yeah. Ray told me the one time, yeah, if it's nice out for like Christmas, they have like cookouts and stuff at like Christmas time.
Yeah, we're freezing up here because we're Northern Hemisphere.
Yes. All right. Anything else, William?
I think we're good, sir.
All right. I gave everyone the homework for next time. All right. So send us your thoughts on what's already what we've covered, what's coming up. Email us, CapesandLunatics. Oh, and hopefully I'm working on a special guest because in 2 weeks it'll be episode 169. So if you've listened to any Capes and Lunatics show, you know who I'm working on getting as a guest for that show. The queen herself.
Come on, get your head out of your butt, buddy.
All right, so
Nothing will ever be as good as Mephisto's mushroom.
all right, so send us your thoughts. Again, you can win a Green Lantern prize pack. Come on, it's not going to take much. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise. Again, get your brand new Capes Lunatics merchandise with the brand new logos. And of course, you can just, if you're feeling charitable, you can just rain random money on us in the Cash App link.
Make it rain.
And of course, the Patreon, which again, I don't know what we're doing in April, but again, it's Uncensored Little Hellfire. So what more do you need? So find it all at tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network.
More vicious and brutal than ever. I love it.
All right, Mr. Will Allred, master of all cores, master of the quantum zone, master of podcasting, and master of several, you got to count them on 2 hands at this point, Kickstarter campaigns. Mr. Will Allred, where can people find you?
You can find me at Walred. That's at WALLRED at Blue Sky and Facebook and Twitter and probably Instagram and other places that I don't even remember at this point. But I also write some comics that we have been pretty successful with on Kickstarter. Crossover Division. If you'd like to find out more about that, you can do that at crossoverdivision.com. We just we're getting ready to send number 5. Thank you, Phil. Getting ready to send number 5 to the printer real soon. And then also a book called Diary of Night, which you can find more about it at diaryofnight.com. And finally, you obviously have great taste because you're hanging out with us, listening to us talk about Green Lantern, which means you probably love Marvel's Quasar almost as much as we do. If you'd like to find out more about that, you can do that at the Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org.
5 inches, maybe.
He goes limp in my grip. I am God. Seems like I'm getting a package every other day.
Of course.
They aren't even attempting to enter our orifices.
Thank you, Tom DeFalco.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
I do.
All right. All right, kids, come back next week. We'll pick right back up with our friends Deadman, Hawkman, Aquaman, Firestorm, and the rest. Martian Manhunter. Hawkman. Brightest day, 8 to 12. Then in 2 weeks, the Justice League and the Justice Society. Oh, yeah. With
Non-zombie Jade.
that's and some Dick Grayson Batman. Yeah. All right, kids, come back next time. And remember, cheeseburger can save the universe. Good night.
But it has to be a good